Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
There are tons of benefits to using compression therapy, but my favorite are speeding up muscle recovery, reducing swelling and inflammation, and improving my athletic performance.
You are changing lives in places where no one would have gone there to change lives. I think the difference is the joy in the children, the excitement. When break is coming, everyone is so excited because they are all going to the food, and that laughter and that noise that children make is something which is just nice in your ears to hear children laughing again. I'd like to say thank you very much. You don't know what impact you have put on those children. You don't know what smiles you have put on those children. So you are changing lives. You are changing lives in places where no one would have gone there to change lives. So we are so grateful and we say thank you.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Sometimes people have a question of when they give us funding, does it really reach the child? You know, why are you all laughing? We want to make sure we're seeking out children that might be in places that seem impossible.
Demonstrations, riots, Mary's meals, bypasses all of that.
You sure we have to do it? A bit of a hill. So this is Whistler.
Mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere.
You know, I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
They are magnificent and give you so much more than you give them. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids don't eat at night.
She said, I have been praying and bam, Mary Meals is coming.
You see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
The athletes has always been here, you know, and they're getting better. You know, I'm watching, you know, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And I mean, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And I mean, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, you know, is just here, man. It's really cool.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the third and final game of the day of day one here in the 2021 Elevation Prep Showcase here at the Summit, home of Elevation Prep. Tonight's final game is the Elevation Prep high school team taking on Camp Battlegrounds Prep. As we're going to have a very good matchup here. It is the final game of the day here in Elevation Prep, and it is going to be an absolute doozy of a game. Can't wait for this one. As tip-off moments away, Coach Henson already talking to the officials. As the crowd definitely increased from the first game. We had one person here in the first game, and now we got about 50 people here, I'd say. Big shout out to Bob Long, Director of Basketball Operations here at Elevation Prep. And also a big shout out to Coach Cody Henson, coach and director and founder of Elevation Prep. As we are just about set here, Coach Henson's still drawing up that play. And he's still drawing up the play. All right, Elevation Prep now coming out of the huddle here, as it will be Reggie Bass. On the floor, it will be Reggie Bass, Cheval Butters. We'll leave Caedmon Bontrager there. Nope, I was wrong. Here on the tip, as the opening tip is controlled by Camp Battlegrounds. I do not have a roster for them, so my apologies there, as we are underway here in the final game of day number one. Now, here is number 11, kicks it out now to number 22. 22 will let a three fly, and he will hit it right off the bat, and Camp Battlegrounds off and running with an early 3-0 lead. As now, here is number 5. Derek Humes. 3 here on the way. Got it. Nice 3 there by Rashid Jones, responding to Camp Battlegrounds 3, as we are all tied up at 3. Now, number 22 going to drive, and that one's swatted away there by number 33, Mihai Karkoana. Now here on the inbound will be number 1. As that one a little bit tipped, and we'll stay here with Camp Battlegrounds. We've had such good games in the first 2 games. Cannot wait for tomorrow. We start at noon, I believe it is, with Camp Battlegrounds taking on Vision Academy. As here is a long 3 there. That one won't go, and the rebound is off to Camp Battlegrounds. Another 3 on the way by number 1. That one won't go, as the rebound is taken out of there by Rashid Jones. On the other end of the floor for Elevation Prep is Rashid Jones. Jones looking to get it down to Mihai Karkona, as Butters threw that one way over Karkona's head. He's tall, but he's not that tall. as Mihai Carcona takes that one away up the floor now to Reggie Bass. And Reggie Bass almost threw that one down, won't go. Rebound is off to Mihai Carcona as he will slam that one home. And Elevation Prep with its first lead of the ball game. And now on the right side, he's going to drive, send it over to number 3 in the left side corner. 3 on the way. That one a little bit long, and the rebound's off to Reggie Bass. Bass up the floor to Jones, back down to Humes, and that one's swatted. Humes able to come up with it, though. Now sends it back outside on the left side to Reggie Bass, and that one's a turnover there. And on the other end, he will lay that one up and in and score it, as we are tied yet again at 5. Here is Rasheed Jones for Elevation Prep. Coach Henson calling out the motion play, as here is Humes on the left side. He'll let one fly, and he will hit it. Tyreek Humes absolutely drilling the 3, as Elevation Prep coming out swinging with an 8-5 lead. We have a whistle, and a timeout will be used right off the bat for Camp Battlegrounds. 17-16 left in this first half. Elevation Prep leading Camp Battlegrounds 8-5. Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. 17-11 left in this first half. Number 1, left side 3. That one a little bit long, and the rebound's off to Mihai Carcona. We're going to have a whistle, and a foul will be called. Landon Trailer here now joined by Lindley Kistler. On the camera, trying to work out the microphone issues here. She would be on the play-by-play if not for that. Here is Reggie Bass now, stops, puts up a little runner, and won't go. Rebound is off, and we're going to have a foul called. Now here is number 1. And that one's stripped by Tariq Humes. What a game he's having already. Humes, oh! Wow. Almost a highlight reel there for Tariq Humes, as that one on the other end won't go. As the rebound is off to number 11 for Camp Battlegrounds. On the other end, on number 11, all the way in, and he will lay that one up and in and score it. Back to a 2-point ball game. As here is now number 11 for Camp Battlegrounds. Left side is number 1, going to drive, get it down low to number 24. That one won't go. Rebound being fought for, taken out of there by number 5. Now on the right side, he's going to drive. Stop, kick it out to number 1. 3 on the way, in and out as the rebound taken out of there by number 4, Cheval Butters. Butters down low, gets it back out now. Rasheed Jones nailing the 3. Thought they were going to look down low there. Instead, it ends up as a 3-pointer for Rasheed Jones. Elevation Prep with their biggest lead of the ball game at 5 now. As here is number 3 for Camp Battlegrounds. Do not have their roster. I do apologize for that, so that's why I'm calling them by their numbers. Number 5 now will send it to number 11. Now here on the right side, number 11. He's going to drive, put up a little runner, and he got it, and he beat the shot clock. Very good play there by Camp Battlegrounds. 14:50 left in the first half, 12-9 Elevation Prep leading. As he's going to set it down low, and a whistle and a foul will be called on Camp Battlegrounds here. As 14:47 left, 12-9 our score, 20 seconds on the shot clock for Elevation Prep. Bass, Jones, that one won't go. Rebound being fought for right into the hands of Reggie Bass, and he will lay that one easily right up and in. And a whistle and a foul as Reggie Bass going to be hit with that one as Kevin McCoy is in the game, as is Caedmon Bontrager for the first time in this ball game. Now with it is Camp Battlegrounds with number 5. Pardon me, number 3. Now gets it over now to the right side. Long jumper here, and he got it. Long 2 there. As back and forth we go here in the early stages of the first half. Here is Reggie Bass with it now. Bass on the left side, launches a 3 here. That one's short. Rebound taken out of there by Caedmon Bontrager. Down low to Cheval Butters. What an amazing rebound there by Caedmon Bontrager. Is your number 5 all the way as he will be able to draw the fouls. Number 5 going to head to the line to shoot 2 for Camp Battlegrounds. As the first attempt is up and in for Camp Battlegrounds. Bowling within 4 now. As that one is no good as well. Rebound is off now to Rasheed Jones. Jones down low to Bontrager, and Caedmon Bontrager will lay that one easily up and in. As Elevation Prep extending that lead out to 6. Jumper here won't go, and the rebound's off to Caedmon Bontrager. Bontrager able to hit up now Rasheed Jones. As Jones looks to set up shop for Elevation Prep here. Jones, long 3 on the way, and he hit it. Rasheed Jones absolutely drilling the long 3 there for Elevation Prep as they now have their biggest lead in the ball game at 9. Now here for Camp Battlegrounds is number 5, drives, puts up a little reverse layup, won't go. Rebound is off now to number 0. And don't have a number 0 on my roster, as here is number 3. A nice spin there as that one won't go. Rebound, turnover there for Camp Battleground. Jones, long 3 on the way. That one won't go. Rebound being fought for and will be taken out of there by Caedmon Bontrager. And Caedmon Bontrager will lay that one up and in as Camp Battlegrounds needs themselves a timeout with 12:39 left in this first half. Elevation Prep really exploding now with an 11-point lead. We'll step aside shortly and return shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 23-12 our score, 12-25 left in this first half. Elevation Prep really starting to explode and take over here. Now on the right side, sends it out to number 5, left side, 3 on the way, banks it in. The bank is open on a Saturday night at 6:55 p.m. as that one goes over the head and will head out of bounds, send it to Camp Battlegrounds. Basketball is a game of runs. That's the only way I can put that. Here is now Camp Battlegrounds with it now. 12 left in the first half. Number 5 on the left side. He'll try another 3. That one a little bit long. And the rebound's off to Elevation Prep as he stepped out of bounds. Will stay here technically with Camp Battlegrounds. Fresh set of 30 seconds on the shot clock. Now on the inbound will be number 11 on the right side. He'll be picked up by Rasheed Jones. Able to get a screen, but Jones stays on him. Drives, puts up a little runner, won't go, as the rebound is off to number 6 for Camp Battlegrounds. And now with it, sends it to number 5 in the left side corner. He's directing traffic now. 11:30 left in this first half, 23-15 our score. As he loses it, McCoy got it. Lost it, now sends it into the right side. As the 3 is up and good. As we got a 5-point game with 11:15 left in this first half. 23-18 our score. Here is Rasheed Jones now for Elevation Prep. Tops the key now. Jones, left side to Kevin McCoy. McCoy drives, puts up a little runner. That won't go, and the rebound's off to Camp Battlegrounds. Now with it, down low, number 20 will put up a runner, and he got it up and in. And just like that, we have a 3-point ball game here at the Summit. 10:45 left in the first half, 23-20 our score. Camp Battlegrounds absolutely comes storming right back after trailing by 11 just a few short minutes ago. That 3's no good there by Reggie Bass, and the rebound is off to Camp Battleground. Left side 3 from number 5. Got it, and we are tied up at 23. What a game already. We've only played a half of the first half, and we're tied at 23. Speaking of number 23, here's Rasheed Jones, and he will be able to draw the foul. As definitely obviously wasn't shooting, so it will be Kevin McCoy to inbound here for Elevation Prep High School. McCoy inbounds it now to Rasheed Jones. Jones going to direct traffic here. And now sets up at the top of the key. Now off to number 0. I do not have his name or name on my roster. That one won't go, as out of bounds. We'll stay right here with Elevation Prep with 9:56 left in this first half. 23-23 our score. As no shot there, we will have a foul called. 9:55 left now, as it will be Kevin McCoy to inbound yet again. Now, here is Tariq Humes. Driving, putting up a little runner, won't go, but he's able to draw the foul as Tariq Humes will be headed to the line to shoot 2 for Elevation Prep. As his first one rattles in and able to rattle home, Tariq Humes knocks that one down and gives Elevation Prep a 1-point lead yet again. Back and forth we go here at the Summit. When we stop, nobody knows. Second attempt is no good by Tariq Humes. That hit every part of the rim. Hit every part of the rim except the bottom of the net. Now here for Camp Battlegrounds. Once again, don't have a roster for them. That's why I've been calling them out by their numbers. Sends it now up top. Going to drive his number 20, puts up a little runner, won't go as Tariq Humes comes down with the rebound. Humes with it now on the right side. Now drives, puts it up, won't go. Rebound being fought for and taken out of there by Camp Battlegrounds. Now on the other end of the floor. Puts it up, won't go as rebound being fought for and will whistle as no signal yet. It will head to Elevation Prep with 9:09 left of this first half, 24-23. Elevation Prep High School leading Camp Battlegrounds. Now with it, McCoy drives, puts it up, swatted there by number 24. Up the other end of the floor is number 5, who slams that one down with authority as Camp Battlegrounds now has their first lead of the game, I do believe, as it's 25-24. Camp Battlegrounds sends it down low now, does Rasheed Jones. Stride for Bontrager, heads out of bounds. Will stay here with Elevation Prep. As Mihai Karkoana checking back into the game for number 0. As it will be Kevin McCoy to inbound. As Coach Henson, both coaches directing traffic for their teams. McCoy with the inbounds now to Rasheed Jones. Gets a screen from Karkoana. 3 on the way from Jones, a little bit long. Rebound Karkoana though. Gets it back out to Humes. 3 here on the way. That one won't go either as that one heads out of bounds. Ball will head over to Camp Battlegrounds with 8:30 left in the first half. Here is now for Camp Battlegrounds number 11 as he's picked up by Kevin McCoy. Now 11 with a nice spin move, puts it up. That one won't go. Rebound. Oh, wow. Slamming that one down with authority as well. That's 2 straight dunks here for Camp Battlegrounds. Here is Tariq Humes now on the left side. Gets it down low to Bontrager. Bontrager with a nice spin hook shot. That one in and out as Karkoana will lay that one up and in for Elevation Prep. Mihai Karkoana getting his first points of the game and pulling his team within 1. Now with it for Camp Battlegrounds, number 1 driving, kicks it. 3 on the way here. In and out there. Rebound up to Karkoana and a quarterback. Wow. Well, if you're watching, if any Chicago Bears fans are out there, I think you just found your quarterback as Mihai Karkoana sailed that one way over the head there as we will have a timeout called, full timeout called by Camp Battlegrounds with 7:37 left in the first half. They are leading Elevation Prep 27-26. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 7:30 left in this first half. 27-26 our score, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul will be called on Elevation Prep and number 23, Rasheed Jones. Now with it, driving, as we're going to have a whistle and a travel will be called. Ball will head back to Elevation Prep. As here is Reggie Bass getting instructions to go from Coach Henson. As now with it, Down low, Carcawana. Carcona will tip it and has his own rebound. Will put it up, won't go. No whistle or foul called, as it looks like Carcawana was looking for it, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul there, as Rasheed Jones going to pick up another two very quick fouls for Rasheed Jones. Now with it is number 20 at the top of the key. Nice little jab step there, down low to number 5. As that one tipped out of bounds, and we'll head over to Elevation Prep with 6:48 left in this first half. So both teams trading a couple turnovers and a couple of missed shots here in the last couple minutes. As now with it, sends it down low to Caedmon Bontrager. Bontrager, what a nice move there by Caedmon Bontrager, as he will give Elevation Prep the 1-point lead right back. Now with it is number 11, his shot won't go. Up the floor, Tariq Humes has it. Down low, Bass lays that one up and in, and Elevation Prep now getting a little bit of a rhythm with 6:15 left in the first half. As here is number 1, taken on by Reggie Bass, as he's able to find now number 24. Sends it off to number 20 at the top. Now on the right side, try to get it to him, won't go. As on the other end of the floor is Tariq Humes. Look out, as on the other end, that will be Rasheed Jones, and we're going to have a goaltending called. No shot there. A little late of a call, but nonetheless it was called, so no shot there for Rasheed Jones. As with 5:55 left in this first half, 30-27. Coach Henson displeased. As now with it is number 3 for Camp Battlegrounds. Down the left side, driving, picking it up, and an offensive foul will be called on Camp Battlegrounds number 3. As you see, Coach Henson still working that official off the goaltending call. Offensive foul called, 5:44 left. Elevation Prep will take over. It will be Mihai Carcawana to inbound. And he does to now Rasheed Jones. Jones with it now. Up at the top, gets it at the top of the key now. It sends it off now to Humes on the left side. Tariq Humes drives, puts up a little runner, won't go, but he's able to draw the foul, and Tariq Humes will be hit on the line to shoot a pair for Elevation Prep. What a first half we've had. As it's been back and forth, no team. Elevation Prep did jump out to a very early 11-point lead, and now hanging on to a 3-point lead. Humes' first attempt is up, and he got that one. As Elevation Prep now extending that lead. Pardon me, my finger slipped on the 2 there, as we have a 4-point Elevation Prep lead. The second attempt is up and in as well for Tariq Humes, and we're going to have some substitutions coming in. As now with it is number, I believe that is number 15, or 4, Camp Battlegrounds, on a nice handoff to number 3. And now with it, number 3 at the top of the key. You're going to drive, put it up, and that one won't go, but an offensive rebound there. As Carcawana gambled trying to block it, left his man open on the other end of the floor. Tariq Humes will lay that one up and in for Elevation Prep. 3 on the way here from number 3, and he absolutely drills it. As we're back down to a 2-point ball game here at the Summit with 4:55 left in this first half. As now with it, Bass sends it out to Carcawana. He'll launch a 3, and Mihai Carcawana nailing the 3 there as the big fella gets his first 3-pointer of the ball game. Couldn't have come at a better time either. As Elevation Prep goes back in front by 5. Nice little runner there, won't go. Rebound being fought for, and we'll head to Elevation Prep with 4:30 left in this first half. as there will be Tariq Humes inbounding now for Elevation Prep. With it now is Reggie Bass. Bass will send it over to the left side of Karkawana. Down low, Butters. Right side now, Bass. Bass with it now. Waiting, got 13 on the shot clock, lets one fly. Not a fan of that shot. Rebound, though, is off to Karkawana, and Mihai Karkawana will lay that one up and in. And just like that, Elevation Prep extending that lead out to 7. We're down to 4 minutes left in the first half. As now on the right side, it will be Camp Battlegrounds as number 1. Number 1 going to drive it, and that one swatted away there as number 1 hit the deck hard, and then his teammate hit the deck hard on the other end of the floor. McCoy, as that one goes out of bounds, will head to Camp Battlegrounds as number 5 for Camp Battlegrounds, still here on the other end of the floor. Very slow to get up. Nonetheless, Camp Battlegrounds picking up the pace a little bit. They trail 39-32 with 3:35 left in the first half. Here is number 3 on the left side. He'll be picked up by Cheval Butters. Now it sends it up top to number 5. 3 on the way. That one won't go. And the rebound is off to Mihai Karkawana. Mihai Karkawana sends it down low. Back to Karkawana. And Mihai Karkawana, that one won't go. And the rebound's off to Kevin McCoy. Elevation Prep will reset with now 3 here by Humes. That one won't go. And the rebound is off to number 22. As he will set it up top now to number 3. And he will drain yet another 3. And if it weren't for his 3 threes here as of late, I know he has a little bit more than that. If it wasn't for his 3 threes, they would find themselves in a whole nother position than this, as we have another turnover there by Elevation Prep. So Camp Battlegrounds will have it with 2:52 left in this first half, 39-35. Elevation Prep holding on to a 4-point lead. Now on the inbound is number 11. Sends it over now to number 3 on the right side. He's picked up by Jones. Now puts up a runner, won't go. Rebound is in the hands of Butters, but he lost it now in the hands of Kevin McCoy. As here is Kevin McCoy backtracking now, sends it up in the left side corner. Jones with the 3 on the way. That one won't go. And Butters able to rebound it to get it to Mihai Karkawana. Mihai Karkawana getting down low and putting that one up and in for Elevation Prep. Now on the other end of the floor for Camp Battlegrounds is number 11, who gets it out to the right side now. He's picked up by Rasheed Jones. Now up top. Now on the left side, he's going to drive it all the way, and he loses it. Butters has it now in the hands of Reggie Bass. Reggie Bass going to take over that one, swatted away by number 5. 3 on the way here for another 3, and he got it. What a turn of events here from the Summit. Back down to a 3-point ball game. Minute 45 left. Here is Reggie Bass now, as he's able to draw the foul on number 11. As now it will be Reggie Bass shooting 1-1. His first attempt is up and in for Elevation Prep. Elevation Prep now with a 4-point lead. Sorry about that. We had some fan issues going on. Didn't want anybody to hear that. As the second attempt by Reggie Bass is no good. And now with a minute 35 left in this first half, it will be number 3 for Camp Battlegrounds, who's absolutely been shooting lights out this ball game. Now with it, number 3. Jumper, that won't go. Rebound off to Mihai Karkawana. Karkawana sends it left side to Reggie Bass. Rasheed Jones loses it now. On the other end of the floor, all the way, and we'll put that one up and in. As we're down to a minute and 11 seconds left in this first half. 2-point ball game yet again. Jones Left side, Karkawana, 3 on the way. That one won't go. Rebound being fought for, taken out of there. Bass, wide open 3, and that one won't go. Karkawana there at the right time, right moment, and that one won't go. As on the other end, number 5 will put that one up and in, and he will lay it up and in. We are tied at 42 with 40 seconds left in this first half. As Reggie Bass sends it over to Rashid Jones. Jones working on the left side, drives, puts up a little runner. That won't go. Rebound is off to Karkawana. Left side 3 from Reggie Bass, and he got it. Reggie Bass knocking home the 3 as Elevation Prep goes back in front by 3 points with 20 seconds left in this first half. Very physical and very back and forth first half we've had. I cannot wait to watch this second half play out. We're down to 8 seconds in this first half. Number 1 hands it off to number 3. Watch out because he's been shooting lights out. He'll launch one and he hit it. That will take us to the end of the first half. We are all tied up at 45. You could even say it's zeros. You could literally say it's 0-0 coming out of the half. We'll return shortly as we have reached halftime here in game number 3 of day number 1. At our final game here in day number 1 of the 2021 Elevation Prep Showcase. Elevation Prep and Camp Battlegrounds all knotted up at 45.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
There are tons of benefits to using compression therapy, but my favorite are speeding up muscle recovery, reducing swelling and inflammation, and improving my athletic performance.
You are changing lives in places where no one would have gone there to change lives. I think the difference is the joy in the children, the excitement. When break is coming, everyone's so excited because they are all going to the food, and that laughter and that noise that children make is something which is just nice in your ears to hear children laughing again. I'd like to say thank you very much. You don't know what impact you have put on those children. You don't know what smiles you have put on those children. So you are changing lives. You are changing lives in places where no one would have gone there to change lives. So we are so grateful and we say thank you.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Sometimes people have a question of when they give us funding, does it really reach the child? You know, why are you all laughing? We want to make sure we're seeking out children that might be in places that seem impossible.
Demonstrations, riots, Mary's Meals, bypasses all of that.
You sure we have to do this? A bit of a hill. So this is Whistler.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere.
You know, I thought going up that mountain, Mary's Meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
They are magnificent and give you so much more than you give them. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids don't eat at night.
She said, I have been praying, and bam, Mary Mills is coming.
You see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
You are changing lives in places where no one would have gone there to change lives. I think the difference is the joy in the children, the excitement. When break is coming, everyone is so excited because they are all going to the food, and that laughter and that noise that children make is something which is just nice in your ears to hear children laughing again. I'd like to say thank you very much. You don't know what impact you have put on those children. You don't know what smiles you have put on those children. So you are changing lives. You are changing lives in places where no one would have gone there to change lives. So we are so grateful and we say thank you.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Sometimes people have a question when they give us funding, does it really reach the child? Why are you all laughing? We want to make sure we're seeking out children that might be in places that seem impossible.
Demonstrations, riots, Mary's Meals, bypasses all of that.
You sure we have to do this? A bit of a hill.
So this is Whistler. His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister, because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere.
You know, I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
They are magnificent and give you so much more than you give them. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids don't eat at night.
She said, I have been praying and bim, Mary meals is coming.
You see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half of this matchup between Elevation Prep and Camp Battlegrounds. Well, it is 45-45, so you can say, to say the least, it was a pretty evenly matched first half. Lots of scoring, not much defense. As a fresh set of 20 minutes on the clock as we are underway here in the second half with Reggie Bass. Now with it, Bass sends it up top. Rashid Jones. Jones will put up a little runner. That won't go, and the rebound's off to number 24 for Camp Battlegrounds. And if you're wondering, no, I still do not have those rosters for Camp Battlegrounds. Now with it, and that one won't go, and the rebound out of bounds, and is off to, and now is off to Elevation Prep. As here is Tariq Humes. On the left side now is Humes. Humes, left side now, nice shot fake there by Humes. Nice spin move, puts a little runner, and it won't go, but he's able to draw up the foul. As it will be Tariq Humes headed the line to shoot 2 for Elevation Prep. As the first attempt is up and in for Tariq Humes. As Elevation Prep strikes first with a free throw in this second half. The second attempt is up and in as well. As Elevation Prep now with a 2-point lead. As now with it is number 11 for Camp Battlegrounds. Now the left side, number 22, he'll let one fly. That one won't go, and the rebound's off to Reggie Bass. Bass with it now on the left side, takes it back up top. Nice moves there. Bass drives, kicks out to Humes now on the right side. Humes over to the left side corner to Reggie Bass. And now Bass backtracks and now has it. And gets it up to Tariq Humes. As here is Humes. Trying on this defense, lets one fly. That one won't go. As not much offense happening for neither team here in the first couple minutes of this first half. The second half, my apologies. As here is now number 11, sends it to number 3. And number 3 will let one fly. He hit it. He's been hitting all game, and just mark that one down on his stat sheet if you're taking stats at home. The Camp Battlegrounds now with a 1-point lead. Humes down low now to Mihai Carcona. Spins, puts one up, and one. Mihai Carcona putting that one up and in and drawing the foul, so it will be one shot coming up for Mihai Carcona. Trying to capitalize on this 3-point opportunity for Elevation Prep and put them back in front by 2. 18:08 left in this second half, 49-48 our score. He can shoot. Can he make a free throw? He indeed can. As Elevation Prep does indeed get that lead back up to 2. 18 minutes, just past the 18-minute mark. as going to drive his number 1. Shot will not count. We will have a foul called on Elevation Prep. As it now will be number 1 to inbound. Thought it was catch and shoot. Nice little shot fake, and he will drive and lay that one up and in as we are tied yet again at 50. So each team halfway to 100 now. Bass on the right side lets one fly. That one won't go, and the rebound is off to number 1 in Camp Battlegrounds. Here's number 1 now. Sends it on the right side out of number 3. He's going to drive down low. Oh, what a slam dunk there by I believe that's number 24. As Camp Battlegrounds now with its first lead of this second half. Pardon me. Now with its biggest lead of the second half, I'd rather say that. As we're going to have a whistle and a foul called on Camp Battlegrounds as both coach and player displeased with that call. Emotions are running high, especially in a game like this. Don't want to see anything cost them the game as we're going to have a warning called on number 11 there. As it will be Reggie Bass to inbound for Elevation Prep now. Garcona open in the corner, 3 on the way. That one won't go, and the rebound taken out of there by number 1 for Camp Battlegrounds. As here is Rasheed Jones. Bass up the floor. Bontrager back to Bass. Back to Humes. Humes with the 3. Oh, that one won't go. That would have been absolutely amazing if he would have gotten that shot to fall. Out of bounds. We'll stay here with Elevation Prep with 17 minutes exactly left in this ball game. 52-50. Camp Battleground leading Elevation Prep. As we are going to have a whistle and a foul will be called here. As we got ourselves a little bit of a foul streak here to start us off in this second half. Caedmon Bontrager will be shooting 2 now for Elevation Prep. As his first attempt is up and in, and pulls his team within 1. The second attempt is up and in as well for Caedmon Bontrager as we are now tied at 52 with 16:50 left in the ball game. Now number 11, left side, drives, and that, he makes it look absolutely easy. Now he's just able to drive in there and score it. Camp Battlegrounds back in the lead by 2 as both teams now starting to pick up a little bit of an offensive rhythm. Carcawana, nice little pass down low to Caedmon Bontrager as he spins and puts that one up and in. Caedmon Bontrager, very nice piece to the puzzle there here for Elevation Prep. I believe he is the newest member for the Elevation Prep team as here is number 11 now on the left side. It sends it off now to number 3. He's going to step back, pull a 3, and he will hit the 3. Yet another 3 there for number 3. Truly wish I did have the roster because this kid deserves credit for what he's been doing this game. Puts his team back up by 3. Rasheed Jones going to launch a 3. That one didn't even look good when it left his hand. Just looked a little funny. As number 11 puts that one up and in through contact and all. As now Reggie Bass somehow gets it over to Rasheed Jones. As now here's Tariq Humes, spins, puts up a little runner. That one able to roll in. And we are going to have a whistle and a timeout taken by Elevation Prep with 15:29 left. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside very quickly. 59-56, Camp Battlegrounds leading Elevation Prep.
There are tons of benefits to using compression therapy, but my favorite are speeding up muscle recovery, reducing swelling and inflammation, and improving my athletic performance.
Welcome back into the Summit, ladies and gentlemen. 15:29 left in this second half. Camp Battlegrounds leading Elevation Prep High School 59-56. As Camp Battlegrounds will have the ball now, as here is number 11 for Camp Battlegrounds. Number 3, a three-point shooter, and now sends it over to the right side to number 1. Top of the key now. He sends it back up top to number 11. He's picked up by Reggie Bass. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Drives left side, puts it up and in again. Elevation Prep just really does not have an answer for number 11 nor number 3. Here is now Reggie Bass. He will be directing traffic. He sends it off, and that one's a turnover. On the other end of the floor, number 11 will put that one up and in again. As Camp Battlegrounds now with its biggest lead in the ball game here at 7. Yes, here is Reggie Bass on the right side. He sends it over to the left side now to Jones. Down low to Caedmon Bontrager. Bontrager goes up and will draw the foul, so Caedmon Bontrager will have 2 shots coming up for Elevation Prep. 14:26 left in this ball game. Who would have thought that Camp Battlegrounds would jump out to a 7-point lead? The first attempt by Bontrager is up and in. As the second attempt is good by Bontrager. Pulls his team back within 5. So back on the offensive end for Camp Battlegrounds is now number 3 on the right side. Bass might want to tighten up that defense on him. As now here is number 3. Acting like he's going to shoot it, and he will go up and draw the foul. The real question is, was it on the floor or was he shooting it? He was not shooting. As there'll be a new fresh set of 30 seconds here for Camp Battlegrounds. Inbound to number 3 on the left side corner. He's going to drive, send it out now to number 5. He'll let one fly, and he will absolutely drill it. Camp Battlegrounds now in the lead by 8 points. 13:53 left in this second half, and there's another turnover for Elevation Prep. And number 11 will slam that one home, and now a double-digit lead for Camp Battlegrounds. As here is now Kevin McCoy. Elevation Prep High School in desperate need of a basket here. Here's Rasheed Jones at the top of the key. He'll let one fly. That one won't go. Bontrager with a rebound. Puts it up. Won't go, but he's able to draw the foul. As it will be Caedmon Bontrager now shooting 2 for Elevation Prep. First attempt, is up and in for Caedmon Bontrager. And his second attempt is up and in as well. Back down to an 8-point lead for Camp Battlegrounds. And that one won't go, as here is now Rasheed Jones. Sends it up the floor, left side, Reggie Bass. 3 on the way here. That one won't go. And we're going to have an foul called on Elevation Prep. And with 13:09 left in this second half, 68-60. Camp Battlegrounds leading. As here on the left side corner will be number 1. He's picked up by Rasheed Jones. He sends it off to number 3. Driving, sends it down low to number 5. That one's swatted away there by Bontrager. Offensive rebound as number 5 will put that one up and in. Or pardon me, up. Won't go, but he's able to draw the foul as he will head to the line to shoot 2 for Camp Battlegrounds. First attempt is up and no good off the back of the rim for number 5. As we got 12:48 left in this ball game, 68-60 our score. Scratch that, 69-60 our score. And now is Reggie Bass with it, sends it to the left side corner to Kevin McCoy, as that one is another turnover for Elevation Prep. Number 11 sends it down low to number 5, and he will put that one up and in easily. Is now the biggest lead in the ball game for Camp Battlegrounds, stands at 11 with a 71-60 lead over Elevation Prep. A little over 12 to go in the ball game as Kevin McCoy went up for it, and he will draw the foul on number 22. As it will be Kevin McCoy headed to the line to shoot 2 for Elevation Prep. First attempt is in and out there for Elevation Prep and Kevin McCoy. And if you're Elevation Prep, you need all the points you can get, so you definitely don't want to be missing these free throws. And he's able to knock that one through to shorten that lead down to 10, pardon me. As here is now number 3. Sends it over now to number 1. As he's going to take it in and draw the foul, as number 1 will head to the line to shoot 2. As his first attempt is up and in. Lead is back up to 11 for Camp Battlegrounds. Second attempt is up and in as well. And now the biggest lead of the ball game stands at 12 for Camp Battlegrounds with 11 minutes 50 seconds left in this second half. As here is Reggie Bass. And trying to go all the way in the lane, and that one's another turnover. That's the story of the second half for Elevation Prep as he misses. Oh! Almost a slam dunk, but number 5 able to get it down and put that one up and in. Lead now up to 14 for Camp Battlegrounds. Here is Kevin McCoy. It sends it down low to Bontrager, and that one sails out of bounds. We'll head to Camp Battlegrounds as we're going to have a whistle and a timeout called with 11 minutes 42 seconds left in this ball game. Camp Battlegrounds leading Elevation Prep 75-61. You're watching the 2021 Elevation Prep Showcase on the Elevation Prep YouTube by SummitCitySports.com. Welcome back inside the Summit, ladies and gentlemen, home of Elevation Prep. 11 minutes, 22 seconds left in this game. And Camp Battlegrounds leading Elevation Prep 75-61. As the story of this second half for Elevation Prep is turnovers, and a little bit more turnovers. As here now for Camp Battlegrounds is number 3. He's going to be picked up by Tariq Humes. It sends it now on the right side. Number 1 will let one fly. That one won't go. Rebound tipped out to number 3 in the left corner. I do not have a roster for Camp Battlegrounds. It's a nice move there by number 11, and he will get it, and he's still hopping on one foot to midcourt. He's this lead now extending to 16 as Camp Battlegrounds has absolutely taken control of this game. As Humes drives and able to draw the foul, as that will be a blocking foul. As it will be Caedmon Bontrager checking into the game for number 0 for Elevation Prep. As 1-1, I believe, coming up for Tariq Humes. First attempt is up and no good, and another missed free throw for Elevation Prep. Now with it is number 3. Left side now, steps back, pulls a long 2, won't go. Rebound off to Caedmon Bontrager. Here comes Elevation Prep. And that one no good there by Humes. Rebound saved and into the hands of number 3. Here comes Camp Battlegrounds. They have numbers. Down the corner, 3 on the way here for number 1. That one won't go, and the rebound's off to Mihai Carcona. Carcoana now with it, all the way up, and offensive foul on Mihai Carcoana. He took that one all the way in there, and able to just drew the offensive foul. 77-61 our score. I cannot see the time. 10:17 left. Whoa, wait, we're going to have a blocking foul called. My apologies, as it will be Mihai Carcoana shooting 2. This is tricky because was he shooting or was he on the floor? I believe it's going to be 1-1 for Carcoana as his first attempt is up and in. Much needed point there for Elevation Prep. Not too sure on how the call got reversed there, as Carcoana's second attempt is up and in as well. As that Camp Battleground lead cut down to 7-14, my apologies. Number 1 on the right side, picked up by Reggie Bass. And we're going to have an offensive foul called on number 1. As that is a huge takeaway there for Elevation Prep. Reggie Bass now with it. Now on the left side. Bass driving all the way in. Man, he has his shot swatted, but a foul will be called on number 5, and he better watch it. That referee was about to tech him up, it looked like. He blew his whistle and looked right at him. As it will be Reggie Bass shooting 2 for Elevation Prep. Huge pair of free throws coming up here for Reggie Bass and Elevation Prep. First attempt is up and it is in. As we are going to have a timeout taken here by Camp Battlegrounds. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside. I believe there's 10 minutes left in this ball game. 77-64, Camp Battlegrounds leading Elevation Prep High School. Sorry about that. Reggie Bass's second attempt was up and in as we have a 12-point game on our hands now. On the left side is number 1. Dribble handoff to number 11. He's picked up by number 11 for Elevation Prep, Kevin McCoy. He sends it. 3 on the way here by number 11. That one a little bit short. Rebound off to Carcoana. Now here is Reggie Bass. Pushes up the floor to Tariq Humes. Humes won't go, and the rebound being fought for, taken out of there by number 11. Now driving, kicks it. 3 on the way here. That one a little bit short. Number 11 coming in strong for the rebound. Now it's off to number 5, back out to 3. 3 for 3, got it. This kid cannot miss as he puts Camp Battlegrounds up by 15. Humes down low now to Karkawana. Nice spin move by Karkawana. Down low to Bontrager. Bontrager with a nice dribble and puts it in. $80-67 the score now. As we're going to have a whistle and a foul will be called on number 1, Reggie Bass for Elevation Prep. With 8:57 to go, 80-67. Our score. Now with it is number 3. It sends it over now to number, I believe that's number 20. Spins. Puts it up with a nice little runner. Won't go. Rebound off to Caedmon Bontrager, who hands it to Reggie Bass. Bass sends it to Karkawana all the way in and scoring that one. So Elevation Prep picking up a little bit of momentum as we just passed the 8:30 mark. And we got a whistle and a foul will be called on Kevin McCoy. And it's just the little things that are really starting to add up here for Elevation Prep on this one. Here is number 11 off of the inbound, picked up by McCoy. Left side is number 11. He's looking to drive, does, sends it down low. That one being fought for and taken away there by number 6. 20 on the shot clock. Now back out to number 11. He's looking to work here on Kevin McCoy. Sends it off now to number 3. You know he's about to shoot this. Here is number 3 now with it. Drives, steps back, kicks it out. 6 for 3, and that one off the front of the rim. No good, and another offensive rebound. And Camp Battlegrounds, and number 11 will take that one right up and in and lay it in. As we're going to have an out of bounds, we'll stay with Elevation Prep as they now trail 82-69. For every step they take up, it seems they take a couple steps back. As now left side, Humes for 3. They need it. They won't get it there. Oh! Karkawana tried to slam it home. That one won't go. As now back out to McCoy. McCoy all the way in and scoring that one. I believe that's his first points in the ball game. As Elevation Prep now pulling back within 11. Here is number 3, picked up by Kevin McCoy. Oh! As he's doing some nice spin moves there, as now he kicks out to number 11 for Camp Battlegrounds. And now with it, number 11 on the left side, working here on Humes. Back out here, 20 for his jump shot. That won't go. And rebound being fought for, take it out of there. And here's number 3 for 3. That one a rare miss. Rebound is off, and a quarterback, oh my goodness. As that one is a turnover, and once again, Chicago Bears fans, I think you found your quarterback there, as number 5 will inbound for Camp Battlegrounds. That's twice Mihai Karkawana has done that. And as now here is number 11 for Camp Battlegrounds. Will be picked up by Kevin McCoy. 6:40 left in this ball game. 82-71 our score, and that one's taken away by Tariq Humes. Here is Reggie Bass all the way, laying it up, won't go, but the rebound is, well, we have a whistle and a foul, so it will be 2 shots coming up for Reggie Bass with 6:30 left in this ball game. 2 very big free throws coming up here for Reggie Bass. Can make it a 3-possession game here for his team. First attempt is up and in for Reggie Bass as we got a 10-point ball game here at the Summit. Second attempt is good for Reggie Bass, so we got a single-digit ball game now. As here is number, I believe this is number 3 for Camp Battlegrounds, rather. As he's picked up by McCoy. He's going to drive, and he will drive all the way, and no good, but he's able to draw the foul. as he will head to the line to shoot 2 for Camp Battlegrounds. First attempt is up and in. Back to a double-digit ball game with 6:20 left in this game. And his second one is up and in as well. Lead back up to 11. Now with it, Bass all the way with a nice, wow, what a move there by Reggie Bass. He puts that one up and in. Elevation now doing what it needs to do offensively, just needs a couple of stops. Number 3, that won't go. Offensive rebound, that one's swatted by Butters. I haven't called his name in a while, and they're gonna have a whistle and another foul called on the Elevation Prep. As it will be number 5 headed to the line to shoot 2 now for Camp Battlegrounds. Now down to 5:58 left in the ball game. First one off of the front of the rim and no good. And if the game does indeed come down to free throw shootings at the end of it, Elevation Prep might want to take into consideration number 5's free throw numbers. And that one's off the back of the rim, no good. Caedmon Bontrager with an aggressive rebound there. Here is Tariq Humes. Had Rasheed Jones in the corner, won't give it to him, and that one no good by Humes. Now with it for Camp Battlegrounds, they have numbers. Number 3 sends it off to number 20. Down low with a nice move, and he will lay that one up and in. As now on the right side, down low will be Bontrager. Bontrager with a nice little move there and puts that one right up and in. Elevation Prep just needing a couple of stops, and I think they'd be right back in this one. Now the left side will be number 3. He's picked up by Humes, and he gets a wide open lane to the hoop. Won't go. Rebound off to number 22. Now with it is number 20 on the left side, picked up by Bass. He'll launch with 3, and that one won't go, and the rebound is off to Caedmon Bontrager. So they got their stop. Now they need some points. Bass on the right side, picked up by number 20. Bass in the lane, and will lay that one right up and in as Caedmon Bontrager hit the deck. Back up though, and now the lead is down to 7 for Camp Battlegrounds. We're down to 4 minutes, 45 seconds left in this one. As now here is number 3 with it. He's going to be picked up by Tariq Humes. Sends it over to the left side to number 1. As he's picked up by Reggie Jones. He's going to drive baseline, kick it to the corner. 3 on the way here for number 3. Hit it. You already know he was going to hit it right there in the corner. Lead back up to 10 there for, now lead back up to 10 here for Camp Battlegrounds. Right side, and that one's taken away. Look out, number 1, and Humes able to get it, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul called on Tariq Humes. And with 4:09, definitely not what you wanted to see there from Elevation Prep as Kevin McCoy checks in for Tariq Humes, and number 0, Reggie Ward Jr. checks into the game for Mihai Karkawana. Number 1 at the line here for Camp Battlegrounds. 4:09 left in the game. 89-79 our score. First attempt won't go. Off the 1-and-1. And Bontrager thought he had Bass open. And number 11 will take it all the way in. Won't score, but it draws the foul as now he will head to the line for a definite 2 shots for Camp Battlegrounds. First attempt is up and in for number 1, and that back up to 11 now. Second attempt is up and in as well, and now that lead back up to 12 as we are down to 4 minutes left in this one. And that one right into the hands of number 3. On the other end of the floor, that one taken away by Bass. For the meantime, at least, as Bass with a pass to number 3, Caedmon Bontrager, who slams that one home. What a pass there from Reggie Bass up the floor to Caedmon Bontrager. Back to a 10-point deficit with 3:35 left. Now number 11 sends it over to number 1. Now he's driving to the left side, puts up a little runner, won't go. Rebound number 5 to put it back up and in, won't go. As Ward Jr. forces the jump ball. As Gennaro in the favor of Elevation Prep. Huge, huge, huge possession here for Elevation Prep with 3:23 left, and this one trailing by 10. As here's Rasheed Jones. Maybe look for a screen here as, well, we'll have a timeout. Rasheed Jones did absolutely nail that three, but not before the timeout. 3:17 left in this one, 91-81 our score. We'll step aside. Now on the inbound to Rasheed Jones. Down to 3:10 left in this one. Jones on the right side. Sends it over now to Ward Jr. Ward Jr. puts up a little runner, won't go, and very important after the timeout possession there, as now with number 11 with it, guarded by Kevin McCoy. As we are now down to 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. Now on the left side will be number 3, directing traffic, gets a screen, 3 on the way, that one in and out. Rebound taken out of there by Caedmon Bontrager. Up the floor to McCoy. Out of bounds, will stay with Elevation Prep as number 11 running away with that ball. As he's out the door and he's running home, folks. He is running home. Oh, nope, he's back. We are going to have a delay of game, I believe, on number 11. Perhaps not, as you saw, he ran right out that door. And now on the right side will be Rasheed Jones. Steps back, pulls up for 3, got it! Rasheed Jones nailing the 3 there, a absolute huge 3 for Elevation Prep there. Trailing by 7, we're gonna have a whistle and a foul called. Who will it be on? It will be on Camp Battlegrounds as Kevin McCoy hit the deck hard. As he will be the inbounder now. Is it a shooting foul? Is it 1-and-1 yet? No. It will be Reggie Bass to inbound. Huge possession here for Elevation Prep. 2:24 to go in the ball game. 91-84. Camp Battlegrounds leading the Hawks. Number 3 pleading his case, the official. Don't think it's going to work, as here is Reggie Bass to inbound. And McCoy instead gets it to Rasheed Jones. Jones sends it right side now. McCoy, nice shot fake, and Kevin McCoy will lay that one up and in, and we have a 5-point ball game. Down to 2:10. McCoy gambles, won't go. Now down low to number 5, and he will lay that one up and in. Now we're down to 2 minutes left in the game. Rasheed Jones, left side now at the top. Jones. Left side now with Kevin McCoy. McCoy drives, sends it, and that one hit the bottom of the rim. As now here is number 1. As he will take that one up, put it up, won't go, but he's able to draw the foul. And now 2 free throws coming up here for number 1 in Camp Battlegrounds as we're down to 1 minute and 43 seconds. Elevation Prep had a very nice rally going on there, but turnovers definitely catching up to them in this one. 2 attempts now for number 1. First one is up and no good. It spins out. Elevation Prep very fortunate there. Second attempt is up and no good as Caedmon Bontrager with a rebound and he lost it. And number 5 able to come up with it now, sends it to number 1. 25 seconds on the shot clock. We're down to a minute 30 in the game. Number 11 now with it, guarded by McCoy. And he's going to go all the way in and he's able to draw the foul. As number 11 will have 2 shots. That one is no good, but an offensive rebound. And that one taken away by Kevin McCoy. McCoy all the way, and that was swatted away by number 1. What a block there, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul, I think, as it will be Kevin McCoy now to inbound with a minute 15. His team trailing 94-86. My apologies on the scoreboard there. Now on the left side, 3 on the way, Bass, and that one won't go. Rebound off to number 3, and now it's just a run out the clock situation. As we're going to get a whistle and a foul, but what came first, the timeout or the foul? Indeed, it will be the timeout taken by Camp Battlegrounds with a minute 3 seconds left in this one. 94-86 our score. We'll step aside, return shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the summit for the last minute, 3 seconds of the final game in day number 1 of the Elevation Prep Showcase, as we're going to have a whistle and a foul called on Tariq Humes. Only 1 second came off the clock, so if there's anything Elevation Prep can take away from that, it's that 1 second came off the clock. Unfortunately, it is number 11 at the free throw line for Camp Battlegrounds, as his first attempt is up and in. And now a chance for number 11 to send this lead back up to double digits. And that one no good. Rebound by Caedmon Bontrager. Now sends it to Reggie Bass. Bass spins and loses it, and that one will stay here with Elevation Prep as we're down to 55 seconds to go. And we're going to have a timeout called by Elevation Prep, so we will step aside. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 3 here from Rasheed Jones. That one won't go. Rebound is off to number 22. Caught myself saying number 20, but then I just added the 2 there. As here is now number 3 with it. Sends it shooting out to the left side to number 1 as we are down to 40 seconds to play. 95-86 our score. Number 3 with it. Left side corner now to number 5 and 14 left on the shot clock. Long 3 on the way by number 5. Won't go. Rebound off to Rasheed Jones. Here is Rasheed Jones now. Sends it right side corner. McCoy's 3 short. Bontrager with a rebound, and Caedmon Bontrager will lay that one up and in, which is most likely the last points for Elevation Prep. Here is number 11 now with it, and we're going to have a foul called on Reggie Bass. As number 11, I think, will be attempting 2 free throws, and his first one is no good there. That's a big miss there. As second attempt is up and in. Back to an 8-point lead for Camp Battlegrounds. Now with it is Reggie Bass, or pardon me, Rasheed Jones rather. He steps into his shot. That one won't go. Caedmon Bontrager rebound. Bontrager's shot won't go. Bontrager gets the rebound. And that will do it for this game as Camp Battlegrounds defeats Elevation Prep 96-88. Camp Battlegrounds with an all-out phenomenal performance for Elevation Prep. It was definitely the turnovers that cost them this one. Well, that does it for day number 1 of the 2021 Elevation Prep Showcase. We will be back tomorrow at noon for day number 2, the final day in this showcase between Camp Battlegrounds and the Vision Academy out of New York. So, for Lindley Kistler, I'm Landon Traylor. We will see you tomorrow at noon with Hunter Sosenheimer joining us. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen.